Imagine a world it didn't matter whether you lived in New York or a small village in Africa. Chances are you owned a Nokia. It survived drops from rooftops, days without charging, and sometimes it felt nearly indestructible. At its peak, Nokia controlled more than millions of devices every year and became one of the most valuable technology companies on Earth. But then, in less than a decade, how did the world's biggest phone company lose everything? This is the incredible rise and dramatic fall of the Nokia empire. Welcome to Empire Decoded phones. Long before the internet, and even before electricity reached many homes, a small company was born in Finland. The year was 1865. Established a paper mill on the Virta River. The location gave the company its name, Nokia. At that time, no one imagined this small paper business would one day shape global technology. For decades, Nokia had nothing to do with electronics. Instead, the company expanded. It produced paper, rubber boots, car tires, and cables. By the 1960s, several companies merged. The new Nokia Corporation became one of Finland's largest industrial businesses. It wasn't focused on one product. Instead, it was a massive conglomerate with businesses spread across many industries. But hidden inside the company, a small electronics division was quiet yet. But this tiny department future, and the future of mobile communication. Around the world, governments and companies were investing heavily in communication. Phones no longer had to stay connected by wire. For Nokia, this was the opportunity of a lifetime. The company began developing radio technology, digital communication systems, and mobile networking equipment. Nokia decided to invest in the future. It was a risky move. Developing new technologous investment, there were no guarantees.
But Nokia believed the future belonged to wireless communication. That decision would change everything. In 1982, Nokia introduced one of its earliest car phones. It was enormous. It weighed nearly 10 kilograms.
Definitely not something you could carry in your pocket, but it represented an important milestone. For the first time, Nokia had entered the mobile phone business. Then came another breakthrough. Europe wanted a single digital mobile standard. Instead of every country using different systems, a unified network would allow phones to work across borders. This project became known as GSM. Nokia recognized its potential before many competitors did. The company invested heavily in GSM technology. It wasn't just building phones, it was also building the networks that powered them. This strategy gave Nokia an enormous advantage. While many competitors hesitated, Nokia moved faster. And soon, that gamble would transform the company's future would be built on one mobile communication. It was a bold decision, a risky decision, but it would soon make Nokia the undisputed king of the mobile phone industry. We'll see how Nokia conquered the world, released some of the most iconic phones ever made, and became the #1 mobile brand on the planet. Before losing everything, the 1990s changed everything. While many electronics companies were still experimenting with mobile technology, Nokia made one bold decision. One by one, the company sold off its paper business, its tire business, its rubber factories, and other industrial divisions. Everything was sacrificed to build the future. Corporate transformations in business history, and the gamble paid off. As GSM networks expanded across Europe, millions of people were buying their very first mobile phone. Nokia was ready. Its devices were reliable, easy to use, and built to last. Customers trusted the brand. Within just a few years, Nokia then came the phones that would become legends. The Nokia 2110 introduced the famous Nokia ringtone, a sound recognized around the world. Next came the Nokia 3210. It removed the external antenna, making phones smaller, cleaner, and more comfortable to carry. Young people loved it. Then came the phone that defined an entire generation, the Nokia 3310. Released in the year 2000, it became one of the most famous mobile phones ever created. People joked that it survived drops, rain, and accidents that destroyed other phones. Its battery could last for days, sometimes even a week, depending on how it was used. And it included something millions of people became addicted to: Snake. A simple game, but one that entertained an entire generation before smartphones existed. Soon, and in the pockets of people across every continent. By the early 2000s, Nokia wasn't just leading the market. Phones for every customer. Affordable phones for developing countries. Stylish phones for teenagers. Business phones for professionals. And premium devices for executives. No matter your budget, there was probably a Nokia designed for you. Its supply chain was among the best. At its peak, Nokia sold hundreds of millions of phones every year. Its market share climbed to more than 1/3 of the global mobile phone market. The company became Finland's largest corporation. Its success helped strengthen the Finnish economy. Thousands of engineers worked to keep Nokia ahead of the competition. Small cracks. Better internet, music players, touchscreens, and software that could do far more than make calls or send text messages. Nokia continued improving its phones, but many of its leaders believed Symbian
had become increasingly difficult inside the company. Decision-making slowed. Teams disagreed over the future. While Nokia celebrated its dominance,
was quietly taking shape, and it was coming from California. In January 2007, a single product announcement changed the technology industry forever.
it didn't have a physical keyboard. It didn't look like any phone people had seen before. Many executives laughed at it. Some believed it would fail. At first, many people didn't take it seriously. The phone had no physical keyboard. Its battery couldn't be removed. It was expensive,
and more experienced than almost anyone in the mobile industry. But Apple wasn't trying to build a better phone. It was building a pocket computer. The real revolution wasn't the hardware.
It was the software, the touchscreen, the smooth user experience. The mobile phone was no longer just a device for calling and texting. It had become a platform. If Apple introduced the future, Google made sure everyone could access it. In 2008, Google launched Android. Unlike Apple's iPhone, Android wasn't limited to one manufacturer. Any company could use it. Samsung and many others quickly adopted the operating system. Every year, Android improved. Touchscreens became faster. Apps became more powerful. Developers created millions of applications. Consumers had choices. Hundreds of smartphones. Different prices, different designs. One powerful operating system. Meanwhile, Nokia remained committed to Symbian. Once considered revolutionary, Symbian had become slow, complicated, and difficult for developers to build apps for. Customers noticed the difference.
They wanted smoother software, better internet browsing, and a larger app ecosystem. Nokia's hardware was still excellent, but in the smartphone era, software had become just as important. The biggest problems weren't only outside the company. Many were inside. Nokia had thousands of talented engineers. They knew smartphones were the future.
projects competed with each other. Departments disagreed. Important decisions took months, sometimes even longer. Instead of moving quickly,
the organization became slower as it grew larger. Leadership also underestimated how fast the market was changing. Executives believed Nokia's reputation, its manufacturing, would protect the company. But technology doesn't reward yesterday's success. It rewards tomorrow's innovation. While Nokia debated, Apple launched new iPhones, Google improved Android, Samsung released increasingly popular Galaxy smartphones. The competition wasn't waiting, and customers were leaving. By 2010, Nokia's dominance was fading. Its market share was shrinking. Profits were under pressure. The company needed a bold solution. In 2011,
Nokia made one of the most important decisions in its history. Instead of adopting Android, it partnered with Microsoft. Together, they would build smartphones.
The Lumia series featured beautiful designs, excellent cameras, and innovative hardware. Many reviewers praised the devices, but one major problem remained: the app ecosystem. Many services arrived late, or never arrived at all. Developers focused on iOS. The gap kept growing.
just to survive. Its bold partnership with Microsoft had failed to stop the decline. The unthinkable was about to happen. The world's biggest phone manufacturer would soon sell its mobile phone business. By 2012, the numbers were impossible to ignore. Just a few years earlier,
Nokia had been the undisputed king of mobile phones. Now its smartphone sales were collapsing. Consumers were choosing iPhones or Android devices from Samsung and other manufacturers.
Retail stores that once proudly displayed Nokia phones were giving more space to its competitors. Profits disappeared. The company that had once dominated the industry
was struggling to survive. Then, in September 2013, Microsoft agreed to buy Nokia's mobile phone business for more than 5 billion euros for millions of people. It felt like the end of an era. The company that had defined mobile phones was no longer in control of its own destiny. Thousands of employees transferred to Microsoft. Factories changed ownership. And the Nokia mobile empire officially came to an end.
Microsoft believed it could challenge Apple and Google. It continued producing Lumia smartphones powered by Windows Phone. The devices looked beautiful. Many featured industry-leading cameras.
Their design stood out from the competition. But biggest problem remained apps. Consumers expected Instagram, Snapchat, banking apps, games.
Many either arrived years late or never came to Windows Phone at all. Developers focused their time on Android and iPhone. Without apps, customers stayed away. Without customers, developers stayed away. It became a vicious cycle. In 2015, Microsoft wrote off billions.
Soon after, it shut down most of its smartphone ambitions. One of the biggest acquisitions in technology history had become one of its biggest failures.
But here's something many people don't know. Nokia never truly disappeared. The company sold its phone division the entire business. Instead, Nokia returned to its original strength. Its equipment helps around the world, helps operate 4G and 5G networks. It develops networking software, cloud technologies, and communication systems used by governments and businesses. The Nokia name also returned to smartphones. A Finnish company called HMD Global licensed the Nokia brand to produce new Nokia phones. Although these devices never regained their former dominance, Nokia's story isn't just about mobile phones. It's about business, innovation, and survival. The company made one brilliant decision in the 1990s. It abandoned old industries and embraced mobile technology. That bold move turned Nokia into a global empire. But years later, it made another decision. It underestimated a new revolution. While competitors focused on software and user experience, Nokia remained attached to its old system. The lesson is simple: success to guarantee success tomorrow. Every industry changes, every leader faces disruption. The companies that survive are the ones willing to reinvent themselves
before they are forced to. Innovation is not a one-time achievement, it's a continuous process. Because in business, often means falling behind.
For nearly a decade, Nokia connected billions of people. It created phones that became part of everyday life. It helped define an entire generation.
Its rise remains one of the greatest success stories in business history. Its fall, one of the most important lessons in corporate strategy. This was the rise of the Nokia empire. The future belongs to those who adapt, not those who simply dominate. This was the rise and fall of the Nokia empire.